All praise to the Most High Yah, HalleluYah. Um, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Giving the Most High glory and honor. We are still in this wonderful month, which has been set aside, set aside to acknowledge our heritage. I say, and many of us say, our African heritage, because we believe that we are from Africa, hallelujah. And so we just want to give honor to some of the matriarchs, both past and present. So honoring our accomplishments, the accomplishments of our matriarchs, past and present, is the title of this video. And I'm wearing my earrings, which is a representation of the map of Africa, also honoring our heritage. And also this shirt, it says black, beautiful, and proud. Hallelujah. Amen. There are many negative connotations of the word black: black ball, black male, black sheep, right? But we know that black is king, right? When it comes to all the colors, from black, you can make any color. But if you try to do the reverse, it won't happen. So we just praise the Most High for our heritage. For it is rich, it is beautiful, it is amazingly awesome. So I want to start by reading one of my poems that I wrote. And this is probably one of the poems I wrote for my second book of poetry, which is I'm still working on, titled, the title of the book is to be Sweet and Sour. But the title of this particular poem is Where I Am From. Where I am from. I am from the beginning, my mother of all the earth. In me is the evidence of all humanity. I extend from great matriarchs unknown, from the womb of my fertile ancestors. I am from the sun, bearing his essence in my dark hue. I am from many tongues that spoke volumes of edicts, creating a peaceful domain. I am from scientists, prophets, and priests, and from her story. I voice my story to waken slumber kings and queens to rule again. Where I am from. All praise to the Most High Yah. So, and as we begin to start off in honoring our matriarchs, both past and present, I want to begin by honoring a beautiful queen. And who is she? None other than Queen Esther in the scriptures. We honor her because she is a matriarch that stood up for her people at a very critical time when the lives of her people were in jeopardy, and when Haman, the enemy of the people of the Most High Yah, wanted to have all of them annihilated. He wanted to kill them all. And Esther, who was hiding her identity for such a time, she also, she was also of the same heritage. She was an Israelite, a Hebrew, Isolele, right? The chosen people of the Most High Yah. But her identity wasn't known. But she didn't hide herself in that critical time. She decided to come forward, and she took the measure of asking all of the people of Yah to go into a 3-day fast. Hallelujah. So she fasted, and then she went before the king. So she put her life in jeopardy by going to the king at a time when she wasn't really beckoned to come. And so we want to give all praise to the Most High Yah for our ancestor, Queen Esther, who stood up for justice for her people. And so we give the Most High honor and praise for that. So now let's look at some of the matriarchs, both past and present, that we want to honor also for our African Heritage Month. And I found this particular article online, and it is titled 10 Black Women Innovators and the Awesome Things They Brought Us. Excuse me. Now, I will not read all 10 of them because I'm a little short on time for today at this particular moment. I do have to get back to work. But I just wanted to take out time on my lunch break just to do this post. So now let's look at the first matriarch in history, and her name is Dr. Shirley Jackson. So what did Dr. Shirley Jackson do? She is recognized for her innovations with the phone, and that is dealing with touch-tone phones and portable fax machines, and also her fiber optic cable, which makes your long-distance phone calls come in crystal clear. So we want to honor that matriarch. Again, her name is Dr. Shirley Jackson for her amazing innovations. The sun is lovely. Hallelujah. We praise the Most High for the sun, but I'm having a little bit of a challenge seeing. Let me see if I can darken my screen so it'll be a little bit better. So let me see. I need to darken it or lighten it. Let me see. Let's go darker. Is that helping? Yeah, a little bit. All right, so let's continue. So again, that was Dr. Shirley Jackson for her innovations with the phone and fiber optics. Now let's honor, trying to find my mouse. The heater. Let's talk about the heater. We know we melanated people, we need heat. Okay, that's why it's so wonderful when you're in Africa, that you can be in the sun constantly. Is so much vitamin D, which our body needs. This is how the Most High created us. We are from the sun, as I said in the poem. So we are grateful for this matriarch. In 1885, her name is Sarah Good. She became the first African-American woman to file a patent. And she was born in slavery, right? After the Civil War, she moved to Chicago, and she met her husband, right? And the two of them opened a furniture shop. So isn't that wonderful? She moved to Chicago, right? She's, let me see, she was born in slavery. She's no longer a slave now. HalleluYah, right? And she meets her husband. So that's incredible. And together, they start a business. So there is so much power in our unity. When husbands and wives come together, we can see and understand why there is such an attack against our people, because of the power that we emanate when we come together. So this particular matriarch, her and her husband, they are recognized for developing a very unique piece of furniture that made for a more compact type of piece of furniture, because there wasn't a lot of space, because during that time there wasn't a lot of money for our people, and so they needed to maximize their space. So her furniture piece was called the cabinet bed. So we are grateful for her innovations. Again, she's Sarah Good. Now let's look at another matriarch, and this particular matriarch, her innovations were relative to the home security system. Her name is Mary Van Brittan Brown, right? And her husband, Albert. They noticed that there was increasing crime in New York, right? In the New York neighborhoods. And so, coupled with the fact that the police were slow to respond, we often have that oftentimes in our metropolitan, dominated, melanated metropolitan areas where we are, that oftentimes, when it comes to calling emergency services, sometimes they do take longer. So this particular matriarch, Marie Van Brittan Brown, and her husband, Albert, they came up with a measure to deal with that. And so in 1966, they filed a patent for a household closed circuit television security system. So we are very grateful for her innovations. Again, Mary Van Brittan Brown, right? So women were doing phenomenal things and are doing phenomenal things. So again, that happened in 1966. So back to the first. What was the second one? Oh yeah, we'll get to that. I want to mention something, but we'll get to that. So we have the phone system, and we have the heater, and then we have furniture, and then we have the security system. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful innovations from our matriarchs. We are very grateful. And now let's look at another matriarch. The sun is more beautiful. Thank you for that. Vitamin D. Hallelujah. Now we have another matriarch that we want to recognize, and her name is Bridget Biddy Mason. And what is she known for? Well, they said she didn't invent Los Angeles, but she did some pretty phenomenal things in the planning phase, if you will, of doing something phenomenal in terms of real estate for Los Angeles, right? So now let's look at what she did. I'm struggling to see this. Alrighty, let's see. Let's see what she did. So this matriarch, she was born a slave, right? But she traveled with her slave owner, Robert Smith, as he moved around the country. When Smith moved his family and slaves to California, Mason discovered slavery was illegal in the state. And what did she do? She petitioned the courts to free herself and her family. And what happened? She won. That's what's up, as the young people say. Okay, so she petitioned the court. She found out something illegal was going on. Slavery was no longer legal, but yet this owner was keeping her as a slave. So I want to say for today, for our people who are facing matters of legality, use the court system. Find out what your rights are. We must do due diligence. We must be proactive in exercising our freedoms that we do have. We say that we are in captivity. However, we still do have a great deal of freedom that we can petition the court system. So it's important for us to study the law. And if we don't know it exactly, then we align with someone else who is more knowledgeable about a particular legal matter, and we get the information that we need so that we can petition the courts and bring our cases to be heard in the court systems when we are able to do so. This woman did it during the time of slavery, when it was no longer legal, and she was able to get free because she petitioned the court. A woman by herself. What things can we do today in this 21st century? As we say we're in captivity, what do we have within our power to change the circumstances or the matters that we face are of difficulty, whether it be racism, which is mostly the biggest issue for us, and it's impacting us on an economic level, on a health level, on a mental health level. What can we do to advocate for ourselves? So it is very important. If people were doing it back then, imagine now what we're able to do with the technology that we have today. Come on now, with all the information we have at our disposal, it is very important. It behooves us to take advantage and to use this information to our benefit. We must be proactive. So what did she do? Let's move on. She was able to petition the courts. That's phenomenal. She got herself free. And what did she do with her newfound freedom, as it says? I'm reading here. She worked hard as a nurse. First she was a nurse and then a midwife, right? And we're grateful for those in science and in the medical field who are truly committed, right? For those who are doing such things as a Tuskegee syphilis experiment and such wicked things as that, the Most High will judge that. But for those who are truly committed to the medical field, we are grateful for their dedication. So she was a nurse and then a midwife, and she used the money that she had to invest in real estate, So, real estate, you can still invest in real estate today. Many people, women, I've been reading on Facebook, there are groups of women who have property, they own property, and they're using that as a means to sustain themselves as they, prepare for a repatriation to another country. So women are doing phenomenal things, right? They're owning property, right? And they're in medical field, they're in politics, and we are grateful. So yeah, so what did she do? She invested in real estate, as I said, and she was able to buy 10 acres for $250. Wow, 10 acres today, it must be a lot more money. I'm not sure, I didn't do the research on that, but for $250, that was a lot of money back then, right? And as a result, what did she do? She built rental homes, and eventually a large commercial building she rented out. Wow, look, look what she did. She was investing in real estate and creating additional income for herself. Another stream of income, as they say today. We need to have multiple streams of income, especially for, as I said, for those who want to repatriate back to the motherland. It is important for us to come up with innovative, creative ways to sustain ourselves. Collaborate, 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 right? So this is pretty phenomenal. Again, as I said, what can we do? So those who have the income, think about investing in real estate and using it as a stream of income to sustain yourself as you continue on your journey of repatriation. So, so these are the women. Again, her name was Bridget Biddy Mason. So I just want to praise the Most High again for this month continually, for the blessings that He's done for our people in the past and the present, and what He's yet to do for us in the future. We give Him all the Kembo, hey, the glory and the honor. May you be blessed as you continue in your day. Until next time.